The Six Swans, Gender Swap, by Sarah, Madison, Grace, Riley, Mitch, Hallie, and Jeremy. Once there was a queen who loved to hunt. One day she went hunting in the woods and got lost. Just then an old man appeared from behind a tree. Little did she know that the man was an opportunistic witch.
Good man, can you show me the way out of the woods?
Oh, certainly, Madam Queen. I can show you the way on one condition.
What is the condition?
I have a son who is so beautiful that he has no equal in the world. If you make him king, I will show you the way out of the woods.
The queen, in her anxiety to be home, agreed. The old man led her to his little house where his son was sitting by the fire, waiting.
I have been expecting you, Madam Queen. Take me to your castle to be wed.
The queen saw that he was certainly very beautiful, but could not look at him without a secret feeling of horror. Red flag. As soon as she had lifted the gentleman onto her horse, the old man showed her the way, and the queen reached her palace where the wedding was celebrated. The queen had been married once before and had 7 children, 6 girls and 1 boy, who she loved more than anything in the world.
I worry my new husband will hate and abuse my children. I will hide them away from him.
She hid them in a castle in the woods. The only way to find it was with a magic spool of thread that a wise old man had given her. The king noticed how often the queen disappeared and grew angry. He decided to find out and approached the queen's servants.
All this gold will be yours if you tell me where the queen disappears to.
When he learned of the truth, he secretly made 7 white shirts and, as his father taught, enchanted them. One day, when the queen was absent, the king stole the spool of thread, gathered the enchanted shirts, and made his way to the hidden castle. The queen's daughters saw him coming and mistook him for their mother.
Mother is here. Let's go greet her.
As the girls ran out, the king quickly threw the shirts over each child, turning them into swans. Not realizing he had an extra shirt, nor noticing the boy watching from the window, he left feeling very satisfied with himself. The next day, the queen came to visit, but found only the boy.
Where are your sisters?
Alas, dear mother, my sisters turned into swans and flew away, leaving me all alone.
Mourning for her daughters and fearing for her son, the queen wanted to bring the boy back with her.
Come, son, let us return to the kingdom.
No, mother, I am afraid of my stepfather. Please let me stay one more night.
That night, he ran away to find his sisters. He ran all night and day when he came upon a little hut. Exhausted, he collapsed on the floor. But before he fell asleep, he heard a noise and saw 6 swans flying in through the window. As he watched, they shed their feathers, revealing his sisters. They were all excited to see each other, but the joy did not last.
You cannot stay here. This is a den of robbers. If they were to find you, they would kill you.
Could you not protect me?
No, for we can only be in human form for 15 minutes a night.
Is there a way to break the curse?
Hesitantly, the oldest sister answered.
You must not speak a single word or laugh for 6 years, and must make, in that time, 6 shirts for us out of star flowers.
When the sisters had said this, the 15 minutes ended, and they flew away out of the window as swans. Determined to save his sisters, the boy went into the forest, climbed a tree, and spent the night there. The next morning he went out, collected starflowers, and began to sew. He could speak to no one, and he had no wish to laugh, so he sat there, looking only at his work. When he had lived there for some time, the queen of the country was hunting in the forest, and her hunters came to the tree on which the boy sat. They called to him and said,
Who are you?
But he gave no answer.
Come down to us. We will do you no harm.
But he shook his head silently. The hunters would not leave him alone, but climbed the tree, lifted the young man down, and led him to the queen.
Who are you? What are you doing up that tree?
But he answered nothing. She asked him in all the languages she knew, but he remained mute. Because he was so beautiful, however, the queen's heart was touched, and she was seized with a great love for him. She wrapped him up in her cloak, placed him before her on her horse, and brought him to her castle. There she had him dressed in rich clothes, and his beauty shone out as bright as day, but not a word could be drawn from him. His modest ways and behavior pleased her so much that it was not long before they were married. But the queen had a wicked father who was not pleased with the marriage, and spread rumors about the young king.
Who knows who this young man is? He cannot speak and is not worthy of a queen.
But father, I love him.
A year later, when the king and queen had their first child, the queen's father took it away from them, then told the queen that the king had killed it. The queen would not believe it and would not allow the king to be harmed. Unable to defend himself, he sat quietly sewing the shirts. The next time they had a child, the wicked father did the same thing, but the queen could not make up her mind to believe him.
He is too sweet and good to do such a thing as that. If he were not mute and could defend himself, his innocence would be proved.
But when the third child was taken away, and the king was again accused, and could not utter a word in his own defense, the queen was obliged to give him over to the law, which decreed that he must be burnt to death. The day of his execution marked the end of the 6 years. All the shirts were finished, but one sleeve. He held the shirts as he was led to the stake, and looked up to see his sisters flying towards him. One by one they each touched a shirt, and turned back into their human form. Only the youngest had a swan's wing instead of her left arm. They embraced and kissed each other.
The curse is broken!
We're free!
Thank you.
You did it!
You could do it! Yay! The king went to the queen, who was standing by in great astonishment.
Dearest wife, now I can speak and tell you openly that I am innocent and have been falsely accused. Your father lied and took our children away. They are hidden. Let us send a search party.
Guards! I can't believe my father would do this.
She did as he said and swiftly sent out people to find their lost children. To the great joy of the king and queen, their children were found, and the wicked father came to no good end. Then the king and queen, with their 6 sisters and 3 children, lived many years in happiness and peace.
Yay!